Last month, I sat across from a homeowner in Katy, Texas. Nice house, two-car garage, good neighborhood. She opened her HCAD HCAD appraisal notice and her assessed value went up by 61% in 1 year. Her mortgage payment was about to jump by nearly $400 a month. Not because she refinanced, not because she borrowed anything new, because HCAD sent her a letter and she thought that letter was the final answer. Here is what she didn't know. She could fight it legally for free with a deadline. In this video, I am going to walk you step by step through exactly how to protest your Houston property tax bill, what evidence you need, what to say at the hearing, and how much money you can realistically put back in your pocket. This is no fluff, no hype. Let's get into it. Here's the honest truth about owning a home in Texas. We don't have a state income tax. That is the headline people love to celebrate. But what nobody tells you at the closing table, what nobody puts in the brochure, is that Texas has some of the highest property taxes in the entire country. We are talking 1.8% to 2.5% of your home appraised value every single year. Let me give you real numbers. If your Houston home is appraised at $350,000, that is not even a luxury home in today's market. You could be paying up to $8,750 a year in property taxes alone. That is $730 a month before your mortgage, principal, before interest, before homeowners insurance, which has gone through the roof, before your HOA. Most people look at their mortgage payment at one number, but buried inside that payment is your property tax bill that HCAD can increase and does increase every single year. And here's what makes it worse. Between 2020 and 2024, Houston home values shot up dramatically. HCAD followed those values right up. Many homeowners saw 20%, 30%, even 40% increases in their appraisals. Your buying power didn't go up, your salary didn't go up, but your tax bill did. The good news, the law is on your side. Texas Property Code gives every single homeowner the right to formally protest their appraiser every year, and most people never use it. Thereby, no changes takes place. And in this video, I'm going to break it down step by step so that you know the game plan. Step 1, understand what you're actually fighting every year around April and May. HCAD, the Harris County Appraisal District, mails out appraisal notices to every homeowner in Harris County. That notice tells you what HCAD thinks your home is worth on the open market. The number directly determines your tax bill. Here is what most people get confused about. There are two numbers you need to understand. Appraisal value, what HCAD says your home is worth. Taxable value, what you actually pay taxes on. After exemptions and caps, if you have a homestead exemption, Texas law caps your taxable value increase at 10% per year. So even if HCAD raises your appraised value by 61%, like my clients in Katy, your taxable value can only go up to 10%. But here's why you should still protest it, even if the cap protects you right now. The appraised value is your long-term number. If you ever sell, that is the benchmark. If you ever lose your homestead status, that is the number that comes back to haunt you. And every year you don't protest, that appraised value gets locked in higher and higher. Never let HCAD set the ceiling. That is their job. Your job is to push back. Now, let me be clear here. The protest deadline in Harris County is May 15 or 30 days after HCAD mails your notice. Whichever is later means the deadline, you wait another full year. So the first thing you could do when that notice hits your mailbox, file your protest immediately. You can build a case after, but you must mail first. The number 2 thing I see here, or the step 2 I want to tell you, is build your evidence file. This is where most homeowners quit because they think it's complicated. It is not. Let me show you exactly what you need to do. You need one thing: comparable sales, and HCAD literally gives you the data to beat them. Go to hcad.org, look up your property. HCAD publishes what they call comparable data, the properties that are used to arrive at your appraised value. Download it, print it. That is your starting point. Now, your job is to find better counts. Homes similar to yours, same size, same age, same neighborhood. That's so for less than what HCAD say your home is worth. Where do you look that up? Zillow, realtor.com, HAR.com, or call a realtor where I'm here to represent it, who can pull MLS data not just for you. You are looking for closest. It is the last 12 months. Same zip code, similar square footage, ideally within a few streets of your home. Find 3 or 4 homes that sold for less than your HCAD appraised value. That's your case. But here is a second category. People completely overlook condition. Is your roof older? Do you have foundation issues? Is your HVAC near end of life? Get quote, get estimate. Bring all this documentation. HCAD appraises your home as it is in average condition. If your that is your argument. Put it all together in one clean document. Comes on top. Condition issues below. Simple, easy to present. This hearing, you are not arguing, you are showing the math that is in your favor. Real quick, if this is already saving you money, hit that like button right now. It helps reach more Texans who need this information. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I drop real estate content specifically for Texas homeowners and investors every single week. The number 3 thing I want you to take note of here is filing your protest, the iFile walkthrough. File your protest, and yes, you can absolutely do this yourself. You don't need to hire a company. Go to hcad.org. Find the section called iFile, IFILE. You need the account number from your appraisal notice. Enter your information. Select your protest reason. Choose value is over market value. Hit submit. That's it. You are officially in the system. HCAD will schedule you for what is called an informal hearing, a one-on-one meeting with an HCAD appraiser, not a judge, not a formal panel, just a conversation. Now, a word on timing. HCAD processes hundreds of thousands of protests every season. The iFile system gets congested near the deadline. I have seen homeowners show up ready to file, and the system was glitching out the day before their deadline. File the moment that notice hits your door. If you rather have someone handle it, there are property tax protest companies in Houston like O'Connor and RCC and Onwell that will file and represent you on contingencies. They only get paid if they win, typically 30 to 40% of the first year's savings. It is worth it sometimes, especially if your appraiser jump dramatically and you don't have time to build the case. But if you followed what I'm showing you here today, you can do this yourself for free, okay? And step 4 here is crushing the informal hearing. Things you need to do when you appear on the hearing section. The informal hearing, this is where most protests are won. Let me be very clear here. The HCAD appraiser you sit across from at this meeting has the authority to reduce appraisal value on the spot, not board, not judge, right there in the room. Here's how you can walk in. Bring your evidence, printed, organized, 2 copies, one for them, one for you. Don't come in emotional. Don't come in arguing. Come in with data. You open like this. I believe HCAD appraised value of my home is higher than the current market value. I have comparable close sale to support that. I'd like to walk you through them. That's it. That's how you start. Show your comps. Let the number do the talking. If your comparables support a lower market value, they will almost always negotiate. Now, here's a critical mistake people make. They accept the first offer too quickly, and that is what comes back in hot debt. The appraiser might come back with a small reduction, maybe 3 or 4%. Don't just say yes. Ask, what will I need to show you in the comps to get closer to my target number? That one question has saved homeowner thousands of dollars because the appraiser can often go further. They are just testing if you will accept less. If you reach an agreement, sign it, done. That reduction locks in for the year. You don't reach an agreement, don't panic. You still have one more move. And the number 15 I want to mention here is the ARB. And this is what it stands for, the Appraiser Review Board. The Appraiser Review Board, if your informal hearing does not get you a number you're happy with, you have the right to take your case to the ARB. This is an independent panel, 3 citizens, not HCAD employee, who review your evidence and make a binding decision. This is a formal hearing, still free, but you need to be prepared. Bring everything, okay? Plus any additional costs or repair documentation you can add. You still have about 15 minutes to present. The HCAD appraiser presents their case. The board asks questions, then they vote on it. Here is what most people don't know. The burden of proof at the ARB is on HCAD. They have to prove the number is correct. Your job is simply to create enough reasonable doubt, okay, with rate at informal hearings with a prepared homeowners. Industry estimates 60 to 70%. ARB win rate remains strong, especially when your comps evidence is clean. And if you lose at the ARB, you can still appeal to district court. But for most homeowners, you win long before you ever get to that point. And the 6 steps that you need to know or take is exemptions, tax exemption. Before I give you the final map, let me talk about something that might save you even more than the protest itself. Exemptions. If you live in your Houston home as your primary residence, you must file for the homestead exemption. As of 2023, Texas homestead owners receive a $100,000 exemption on school district taxes. That alone can save you $1,200 to $1,800 a year, depending on your district. Never file it? Go to hcad.org right now and let's file it. Are you 65 or older? You qualify for an additional $10,000 school tax exemption, and your school district taxes get frozen. They cannot increase as long as you live in that home. Are you a disabled veteran? Significant additional exemptions are available, and most qualified veterans never claim it. Go to hcad.org, search the exemptions page, file every single one you qualify for. This is money you're legally entitled to keep. Never pay more than the law requires. Let me give you the real numbers. Average Houston home that is priced at $325,000 appraised value. Effective tax rate 2.2%. Without doing anything, you are paying about $71.50 a year in property taxes. With the homestead exemption, that is $100,000 school district exemption, drops your taxable value to $225,000. You save approximately $1,400 a year just from filing a form. Now you protest. You find comps supporting $290,000 appraisal, $35,000 lower than HCAD number. Win that protest. Between the exemption and the lower appraised value, you cut your annual tax bill by $2,000 to $2,200 over 5 years. That is $10,000 to $11,000 back in your pocket. Not from a side hustle, not from selling something, from knowing your right and spending a few hours in hearing room. Here's what I want you to understand. There are Houston homeowners right now in your same zip code with the same type of home, paying hundreds of dollars less per month than you. Not because they get lucky, because they showed up and did this. The people who build well in this city treat every dollar of housing costs as negotiable. The ones who don't, they are subsidizing the ones who do. Don't be that person. Here is your action step right now. Pull your HCAD appraisal notice or go to hcad.org and look up your property address. If your appraised value went up this year, go to iFile portal and file your protest before May 15. If you want me to walk you through your specific situation, comment the word protest below and I will personally respond with resources. If you find this valuable, share this video with a Houston homeowner who needs it, because what you don't know in real estate can cost you a lot of money. And I will see you in the next video.